Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters Cast. Going to be checking out an awesome game here today between Mr. TooDming down at the bottom right side of the map and Mr. Alicia down the bottom left side of the map. So TooDming is 26 years of age, from China, plays for the Zenith of Origin team, and his opponent, Alicia, is 27 years of age, from South Korea, plays for Team Axiom. So a bunch of old guys in this tournament, actually 26 and 27, definitely on the upper limits, but yeah, we'll see what they get up to here. Oh man, when a 26 and a 27 year old are on the upper limits, although I guess even with, you know, most professional sports, they're kind of, I don't know, depends for different sports. Well, I know stuff like tennis as well, when you get up to like 26, 27, you're getting slapped all over the face by a 16-year-old kid who's just beating you all over the place. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Depends on the players. I'm sure I'm going to get tons of people complaining about this player or that player who did not get slapped around the face, but we will see how it goes anyway. So we've got a very, very fast third base coming out for Mr. TooDming, and I don't know why, but every time I see his name, I just look at it and I think, you know what? Is that some sort of name where, you know, you spell it backwards and it says something else? Because just Tood, it sounds like it should be backwards, and then I say it backwards and it sounds completely ridiculous. So I just don't know. Obviously TooDming means something special in South Korean that, no, sorry, China, it's in Chinese, he's Chinese, so it means something special in Chinese, which I am just not very aware of. Oh, that Ling man totally dodged that Zealot, but could not dodge the Stalker Sentry, whatever the hell it was. Yeah, so very, very nice stuff. Actually got level 1 air weapons coming out for Alicia before level 1 weapons, which I have no idea why this is coming out. Gate Tech is not out yet, so I'm really thinking this is a misclick, because he hasn't built a Stargate yet and he's getting this. So I really think it's a misclick. I really think he's going to be kicking himself in the balls in a couple of minutes when all 5 of these gates cannot actually be converted into warp gates, because he's beginning level 1 Protoss air weapons. Oh man. So anyway, that's that for Mr. Alicia, and yeah, maybe now is not a bad time to actually be getting gate tech. There's the gate tech coming up now. I am not saying it's not part of an actual plan. It may very well be, but I really don't think it is. So yeah, he's definitely, look at it, he's got 2 bases. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways. Sure there's not a 7th gateway somewhere? Just does look like 6. You do not build 6 gates off 2 bases if you don't want to do some warp in action all over the place. So yeah, he's definitely wants that warp gate. He's definitely chrono boosting it out. And TooDming is just like, you know what the hell? I'm going to get some roaches, I'm going to get some lings and spine crawlers, and I'm going to get a crap ton of economy. Well, he's not too far ahead of Mr. Alicia, but he's in a pretty good position right there. So yeah, just holding on, doing a great job. Level 1 weapons for the ground units gonna come out, yeah, just before gate tech. So going to be a delayed 6 gate offensive off 2 bases. Ooh, there's actually 2 more gateways, so he's obviously still wants to go in for the massive gate pressure, but he's making up for the fact that it was delayed by pushing out 2 more gateways, and it should be seeing a ton more units coming out. But it looks like the game plan is still pretty much the same, just delayed. Meanwhile, a bunch of roaches are out, and unit-wise, it's all zealots and sentries. Neither are really extremely effective against the roaches. Zealots are effective when they get in nice and close, but yeah, it's going to be hard without zealot speed to really get them in nice and close. So we can expect that this decent amount of roaches that Mr. TooDming has. It's only 15 at the moment, and there are stalkers coming out, but it's going to be enough for now just to sort of dance around, and I'm sure that TooDming could just pump out a ton of roaches if he decides that he needs to. I mean, income-wise, 60 over 45. His army is looking pretty sweet as well. So as long as he doesn't just completely throw these guys away and lose them all, then I think he should be fine for now. We do have level 2 weapons coming out as well as Blink. So Alicia, I'm still not sure if he's going for gate tech at the moment. We saw there's extra 2 gates come out, which took him up to 8 gateways, but maybe that wasn't for a sort of push play. Maybe that was just, you know what, I need a couple more gateways, just going to go nuts. Here we go, Zealots, beautifully played here. TooDming way too far away to do anything about this, just going to send some roaches out there, see what he can do, and eventually he's going to take him down, but he's going to lose the hatchery first. Meanwhile, he did take out this hatchery, sorry, this nexus here with his own lings, so that was pretty good. So each player losing a base, not all that many workers being lost for either player though, which is nice. And the Zealots do go down. The question is, what are these guys planning? Not a lot. There's no easy base to kill here, which I'm sure they were hoping to see, but they're not going to see. And yes, are they going to jump up on this cliff? They may very well might. They do have Blink, so it is definitely possible. We can see them pushing in here. Meanwhile, another drop over here. The Roach is actually backing off to get the other side, the main army, but some of them will have to go back and take out these Zealots. It's a case of which is more dangerous at the moment. And these guys, there's so many force fields, there's pretty much just a waste sending roaches at those forces. So might as well send them down here, kill all these Zealots. But damn, there are a lot of them. Alicia really pushing in, doing a great job with those gates, warping in all those units, and totally walling off here. Not totally, there's still a little bit of gap there, but the force field play is phenomenal here, and Alicia really using to his advantage the fact that Stalkers have so much of a longer range than Roaches. The force fields are starting to crumble here, the sentry numbers starting to go down, and the Roaches are actually getting in nice and close, maybe able to turn this around. It looks like Alicia is very, very close to breaking here, and we are rapidly getting to the point where he is actually going to break. He's definitely got less units than TooDming at the moment, and he's basically turned from a main army force into a harassment force. Looks like all the Zealots got taken care of as well. So TooDming holding off, but what was the damage there? 26 workers died, and Alicia still looking very, very good at the moment. So it basically evened up the worker numbers, which means, oh man, TooDming in an insane position before on the macro. Now he has been evened out, and he is going to have to play at the same level as Alicia. Although not for long, because he's pumping out a ton of workers, but we can see the Immortals already starting to come out for Mr. Alicia. In fact, this is only his first one, though. I thought he got a robo facility ages ago, so I would have expected there to be a couple more Immortals by now, but yeah, maybe not. Other ship core going nuts as well. It's like, yeah, it's the 15-minute mark, and you don't have Hydras yet, so I'm just going to roll on in there and do as much as I can. Going to get slapped around by the Queen a little bit, but that's probably okay. And yeah, we've got 3 base Zerg versus 2 base Protoss. Nobody's, yeah, really got amazing amount of advantage. TooDming had an amazing advantage, and then he lost it to that great pressure by Alicia. And TooDming still pressing on though, still doing a great job. And getting this 4th base definitely would not be a bad idea at this point, but I think he's going to push out a ton of mutas now and just see how those guys go for the short term. Maybe going to go full mutaling against Mr. Alicia, see how that goes. Mutas are definitely going to be a great choice here, and so are lings. He is very, very correctly guessed that Alicia is going to be going for a bunch of Immortals at this point. So yeah, Muta's going to be a great unit. We can see 3 Immortals, 9 and 8 versus 10 Mutas, 21 Roaches, and the Ling numbers are getting up there, which is going to be good. And here we go, the Muta's getting out there. Warp Prism goes down. No units dropped off, but the cat is out of the bag. The Mutas are on the map, and we can expect Alicia to heavily start buffing up his Stalker numbers after this point, because yeah, definitely needs to. It's still gonna, Stalkers are still gonna suck versus Lings, and the Immortals will too, but you got to have something to deal with the mutas, so who knows. If you start seeing a ton of Lings coming out, like there is, then he may switch it up and start getting a ton of Zealots, but I'm sure he will adapt to whatever TooDming does. But, oh man, the third base getting cancelled, that is not what he wanted to have happen. Moving over as well, having a bit of a look, but there's no fourth base there. Maybe a little bit surprised about that. Looks like the worker is going to be building one over here. Needs to build it though. I mean, damn, he's definitely got enough minerals to be building that. So, yeah, I don't know what he's waiting for. Just microing on the other side of the map maybe. Getting some stuff done. But the upgrades definitely favouring Alicia. He's got level 2 ground weapons and level 1 air weapons, which you know why that's there. So let's not talk about that anymore. We got level 1 air weapons coming out for TooDming, but his ground weapons 1-1 at the moment. So not... I would hope to see 2-2 on the way at the moment for the ground use, but considering he's sort of jumping between Lings and Roaches, I can understand him not wanting to focus on that and focus on the air weapons instead. Here we go. Bunch of Lings coming in, doing a pretty good job. The force field's holding up as well, but the mutas are taking a fairly decent amount of damage. You can see a ton of mutas dying here. They're just up to 9, 12, 13. That is the units lost tab for the mutas. And I think that TooDming may have bitten off more than he can chew here. He lost an insane amount of units there. Just 20 mutas just went down in flames. He flew them straight over the Stalker pack. And the force fields kept all of the other units mainly at bay, which was great. More mutas are going to be going down here, but I think he's is it too much of a desperate position for him to be worrying about it at this point. He just needs to go in there and do all the damage he can, because he is about a minute away from having to throw the GG out there. And the Stalkers, man, level 3 weapons. Alicia picked his timing perfectly, and everything was just absolutely annihilated. Stalkers with level 3 weapons destroy everything, absolutely everything. And that's it. Game done. Thank you very much for watching it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one. Stay tuned.